In the dimly lit room, the glow of multiple screens illuminated John's face as he immersed himself in his gaming session. He was a popular streamer, known for his charismatic commentary and skillful gameplay. Tonight, he was battling through a virtual world, his audience hanging onto every move. As the action reached its peak, a sudden flicker of the lights caught John's attention. He dismissed it as a minor glitch, but before he could react, the room plunged into darkness. The screens went black, and his viewers were left with an empty void on their screens. John's frustration was palpable as he fumbled for his phone's flashlight. The power outage had taken him by surprise, and he cursed under his breath. His stream was abruptly cut off, leaving both him and his viewers in the dark. Sighing, John decided to take a break. He stepped away from his setup, his phone casting a weak beam of light as he navigated through the darkness. As he pondered whether to end the stream for the night, a shiver ran down his spine. He couldn't shake the feeling that he wasn't alone. John's unease grew as he listened to the unsettling silence that enveloped his apartment. He dismissed his paranoia as the aftermath of the sudden power cut, but a creak from the hallway sent his heart racing. He froze, his phone's light trembling in his hand. "Who's there?" he called out, his voice trembling as much as the light. No response came, only the sound of his own heavy breathing. The idea of an intruder was absurd. After all, he lived alone and rarely had visitors. But just as he started to convince himself that it was his imagination, a shadowy figure emerged from the hallway. Panic surged within him as he realized the danger he was in. Two masked men stood before him, their intentions clear in their menacing stance. John's mind raced, adrenaline pumping through his veins. He backed away slowly, his mind frantically searching for an escape route. His thoughts turned to the open window in the living room, his only chance to get help. As John bolted towards the living room, the masked men lunged at him. A struggle ensued, desperation and fear giving John an unexpected burst of strength. His phone clattered to the floor, its weak light casting eerie shadows. Amid the chaos, a bizarre sound reverberated through the room, a low, guttural noise that seemed to emerge from nowhere. The burglars froze, their eyes wide with shock and terror. The sound grew louder, filling the air with an otherworldly resonance. John seized the opportunity and managed to break free from their grip. He stumbled towards the window, using all his strength to push it open. The mysterious sound intensified, its eerie quality overwhelming both him and the burglars. With a final push, John squeezed through the window and landed outside. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him, not daring to look back. The sound continued to echo behind him, a haunting symphony that seemed to come from the very depths of darkness. When the police arrived at John's apartment, they found it empty. The burglars were nowhere to be seen, their terrified faces etched into John's memory. But what perplexed both the officers and John himself was the lingering question: what was the source of that haunting sound that had sent the burglars fleeing into the night? To this day, John's gaming setup remains untouched. The incident had shaken him to his core, leaving him haunted by the unexplained horror that had saved him from a fate worse than he could have imagined. And as he continues his life, the memory of that fateful night lingers, a chilling reminder of the unknown forces that can lurk in the shadows.